What's up, Sabercats? Welcome to the podcast Mic'd Up, the broadcast booth, where we talk about sports broadcasting at Fossil Ridge High School, specifically the football broadcast crew. I'm Kaylee Scaff, a junior here at Fossil, as well as a member of the 2025 football broadcast crew, and I'll be your host. In this episode, I'll be joined by the camera crew, Paige, Nguyen, and Lukas Fleckenstein. I'm also on the camera crew, so I'll share my perspective and experience as well. We'll discuss our point of view on the broadcasts from behind the cameras. We talk about setup, our role during the games, and we'll give an insight into the things that viewers usually don't pay attention to. Let's introduce our guests.
I'm Paige Nguyen, and I'm a junior.
And I'm Lukas Fleckenstein, and I'm a junior as well.
So you guys are both cameras on our crew. So if you had to sum it up, what do you guys do as camera people?
Basically, we just kind of point and shoot the cameras, honestly. But it's a tiny bit more than that. We also have to get a variety of shots, whether it's a wide shot or close shot, or we also have to find stuff interesting on the field, like cheerleaders or kids running around. So it's multifaceted.
So what made you guys want to do this? How'd you hear about it?
Just from the class. And I thought it sounded super interesting, and I really enjoyed the class. Sports broadcasting, if you are unaware. But yeah.
How did you hear about the class?
I heard about it my freshman year from someone I did driver's ed with, and she said that the class was just super fun and enjoyable, and so I thought it would be a good time, and I really enjoy sports, so I was right up my alley.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that. I was new to the school, and we were choosing out classes, me and my counselor, and he was like, sports broadcasting. I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome, because I really like the technical aspects of stuff, the broadcasting part, not really a sports person, and I took it, and it was a really good decision, obviously, because I'm here now, and I also took it because of the English credits.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. It's a really fun class, not even if you're not super into sports, if you just like the, like you said, the technical aspect of it. How did you learn the skills required for the position?
Well, I really kind of just showed up, and I was like, here we go.
Did you have any
I've had
experience
some
before?
Experience before, more with photography, not videography or anything live of that sort.
Right.
But I mean, it's a camera. I mean, it's some similarities, but yeah.
I'm definitely going to have to agree with that. I also had a background in photography, and when they showed the cameras, I was like, yo, what is an iris? Hello. And I just kind of learned it, again, by showing up, honestly. Some YouTube tutorials, too.
Yeah.
It was kind of makes sense. It was pretty straightforward,
Yeah, I mean, I remember that first day where we were training at the PSD field, and he was teaching us how to set up the cameras. I was so overwhelmed with the amount of cords and how fancy the cameras were. But now I feel even after a couple games, I feel I know the equipment better. And it's not a lot of technique that you have to learn. It's more about the equipment for cameras.
Yeah. I also think that once you get the experience, that it's a breeze. You're okay, cool, I know what I'm doing and I know how to do it.
Yeah.
But before that, you kind of just have to take pull from other people's experience and hope that they help you.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as you're ready to learn and you're a quick learner, you're going to be fine. And I constantly learn from other people on the crew too. So
yeah, exactly.
Learning new things.
Indubitably.
So during game day, do you guys want to tell me your typical script, kind of typical what you guys do on game day?
Usually get to the field, I call time, and get the cameras out, the tripods, the monitors, set up all the wiring, and then, honestly wait. Maybe talk about any special things going on with the game, like special halftime, or if we're doing a senior night where they have to walk out and we have to figure out what camera angles we want with the seniors. Yeah, there's no really pre-game ritual. Besides maybe get Qdoba, honestly. Need fuel for the camera.
Yeah, Chipotle's better, but anyways.
Debatable.
During the game, what are some priorities? What do you guys make sure you want to capture?
Hopefully the ball.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to capture those shots for sure.
Yeah.
You really do need to know what's going on because, for example, if you take a guess, like, oh, I think this person has the ball, then you're just like, if people that know where the ball is just watch the ball, just go off the screen, and you're just following a random guy getting tackled. Then he stands up and then walks off the field,
And he doesn't have the ball.
Yeah, and it's really confusing. So you really gotta like lock in and keep track of that a lot because you can also like hint at the viewers like what's going on.
I think just like that storytelling aspect of like just trying to portray the story of the game and just be able to show all of the events that are occurring on the field.
Yeah. Kind of give the viewers, because people watching at home, they don't get to see the whole thing. So you want to kind of make it feel like they're at the game.
Exactly.
You have to know the game and find what would be interesting because you don't want to focus on a random guy in the corner and just kind of standing there. You want to know where the action is and what people might find interesting.
Yeah, like getting the celebrations after the plays and like, or if somebody missed a tackle, you might want to zoom in on that player to see their reactions as well after the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the audience only sees what you show them. So
Yeah.
That's
so true.
the main idea.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys like constantly like get better throughout the season? I know, Paige, you've only done one game, but like even throughout one game, you can learn a lot. So how do you like, what advice did you get to get better?
honestly, just trying to go with the flow of the game and really paying attention to the game, like what's actually happening.
Yeah, you
and
gotta be
trying to
locked in at
predict
all
what's going to
times.
happen, like
Yeah.
whether they're going to run or throw the ball or something like that.
Yeah.
The after game debriefs help a lot, and especially feedback from the switcher. That's actually really important, having a good switcher that provides that constant feedback, not just saying, camera one, you're live. Camera two, you're live now. Camera one, you're live. You know, getting that feedback, like, can you get a tighter shot, a closer shot? Can you get the ref's reaction, the white hat, stuff like that? Constant feedback, that really helps.
Yeah.
Not just me, but I think all of the camera crew
I agree,
improve.
100%. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, every Monday, the week after we have a broadcast, we meet at lunch and we debrief everything that went on that week, how we can get better, what the next week's going to look like. And yeah, we learn a lot from each other. Mr. DeGear helps us a lot, but I think, yeah, like you said, the switcher really gives us good advice too.
And the debriefs aren't like only at those designated times. I find some of the most important learning happens just spontaneously when you least expect it, like in the middle of a broadcast or at like a lunch meeting where you're talking with someone on the crew and they're like, hey, you definitely should have done this different. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like, I think it's important for, like, the switcher and, like, camera to communicate because, like, otherwise the switcher, like, is expecting this, but the camera crew might not know what they want. And so it's hard for them to, like, read their minds. So it's just, if we just have that open line of communication, it really
Yeah, we're
improves.
communicating all game with the switchers and the other cameras over the headphones. And they can tell us like what shots they want for the storyline, and yeah, because everybody is showing a different shot, and then the switcher just picks like which one will best convey like what's happening during the game. So yeah, that's so true. Lucas, you were talking about earlier how you get advice from people on maybe things that you could do better during the game. So what are some mistakes, because we're inevitably going to be making mistakes as camera people. So what are some mistakes you've made and how have you learned from them?
I think Paige, that's a great one for you to start off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Being new to the crew and all.
Yeah. Giving that this was the last weekend was my first broadcast. Like, there was one shot, like, I don't really remember, but I just recall like the building getting in the way of the shot.
Yeah.
Like, I had to pan all the way to the left and the building was in the way. I don't remember how or why, but like I didn't get any of it. I was like, okay, great. But you know,
I mean, we have a bunch of other camera angles that probably got it.
Yeah, exactly. But I was just kind of like, okay, so knowing like how much of the field that you have vision over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Something I learned recently is that like the difference between, this is going to sound really bad because I know like nothing about sports, but when they like punt the ball instead of just like run the ball, like they're so much farther back. Like, why are they all the way back there? And you have to get them in shot, because sometimes I watch as just the ball flies out of frame all the way to the left. I'm like, okay, cool. So no idea where that went.
Yeah.
But now I'll
now you're
definitely-
learning
Yeah.
not only about broadcasting, but also about football too.
Definitely. I think that's, I really got to lock in on that because you need to know a lot about the game you're broadcasting. Because again, I think I said this before, if you don't know what's interesting or anything about the game, then you don't know what the like really passionate viewers want to see.
Right.
So good learning experience.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Before the football broadcast, I had done broadcast, but not so much camera. And so I remember the first broadcast that I did, I completely missed like the very first touchdown. And so did the other camera person. And so that wasn't super great, but we learned from it and I will never do that again. I will never make that mistake again. So
It's definitely alien.
Yeah, I
experience.
definitely had a rough time tracking some of the throws.
but we're still able to tell the story of the game pretty well. Even though we have those mistakes, we were still able to put on a good broadcast, make a good production that is like, that we're all very proud of. So even if we're
Exactly,
not
yeah.
proud of the mistakes, that's okay.
Yeah.
I know last week's broadcast, we just got some new equipment. We got new tally lights. I know the camera people were very excited about that. The switcher was too.
Oh my God.
So like what's some new equipment that is coming into the broadcast and how is it improving our broadcast?
The tally lights. Incredible.
Lucas
Best
loves
thing I've
the
ever
tally
laid my
lights.
eyes upon. It like, they're so cool. I don't
So
even
for
know.
those of you that don't know, tally lights are lights that attach to our cameras pretty much, and then they light up whenever we're live. So then we know when our shot is the one that's being broadcasted.
Yeah, they have 3 different colors, either off, which means you're not even being considered, green. They can see you, like you're the preview, like you're like next up, but you're not live, and then red means you're live.
Yeah.
And it's just so useful because when you're broadcasting, sometimes you're on the other side of the field and they're doing, like you track the ball when they did some kind of kick nonsense, right? And then they're all the way on the left of the field and you got to really quickly pan over. You want to know if you're live or not because like if you like just smack your camera across the field, it's going to be really bad for a live stream. So just knowing you're not live and having that like confidence to just,
Yeah.
it makes you have much better shots, honestly. And that's like kind of like, you don't really see that. Like it's just a light, but it's like, I feel like it really increases the quality of the production.
Totally. Like when you know you're live, you do a better job of keeping your camera like still and not having jerky movements. So how do you think that with our new equipment and constant improvements that our broadcast is evolving?
That would be a fantastic question for our producer, Cole Weber.
Okay, to answer it briefly, I had the idea to add a third camera for the fan cam to get more people involved on the field, obviously, and then get a more dynamic shot. So we basically, that's the biggest innovation this year with camera, but we basically took a wireless system and put it on the field with one of our smaller cameras, and I think it's been working out great. The fan cam, all the fans love it, the little kids love it. It's great to see everybody's reaction to a unfair call. And it's also fun when people come up and yell at your face with the camera. And all
Like
the
the
football
players.
yeah,
Yeah.
they all celebrate. So that's pretty fun. Yeah, I think that's been our biggest innovation on the camera side for right now, but we still have a long season to go. So
Yeah.
I'll hand it back over to Lucas for his thoughts.
Yeah, I personally have done the field camera and it's a lot of fun, first of all, to do. And like you said, like it really shows the storyline and we get really cool shots. And yeah, I'm really grateful that we added that. What a great idea. So how much freedom do the camera people really have?
We have a pretty fair amount, but it really heavily relies on what the switcher and producer wants. So they like to stage the shots and because they can see all the graphics they put up and all the different camera shots they have a better sense of the flow and like the aura of the production, some might even say.
Right? Okay.
So really, being a camera operator is more of a listening role to the producer and switcher. So you don't have that much freedom, but you can decide what shots you want. Scratch that. I don't know how to phrase this.
No, I know what you're saying. Like the switcher's the one that's telling you what to do. Like on camera, you have assigned roles almost. Like one person is the tight shot and more zoomed in, and then the other person is the wide shot. And the switcher will be like, hey, zoom in on that person that just got that pass. Or for the field cam, hey, go to the student section or something like that. But also we have like put in our input, like, hey, can I do the cheerleaders? Like they're doing a dance or something like that.
Yeah, and I think like during just like some downtime, like in between plays, like when there's not much going on, like you can choose what you shoot at that point.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Like
Unless told otherwise.
yeah, like the huddles, or if you want to do like
A cute kid or something.
yeah,
or, like,
there's a lot of
Yeah.
kids in the stands that are like, hey, can you put me on the Jumbotron or whatever? And
especially like the student section too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's always really like fun when
People
they
really
see the
love
camera.
being on the screen.
Yeah.
They really love it.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to see, actually. What is like the coolest moment that you've captured so far? We're early in on the season, but
The coolest shot that I've seen is the ones from the field cam, especially when the players run like directly at the cam, especially when they like catch a ball and like it's like 3 feet away. It's really like immersive and it's just incredible. But from the shots I've captured, probably when someone just like jumps over a person or does some like crazy maneuver when running, you're like, ooh, yeah.
Yes.
If I was watching that,
Very
I'd be like,
rewarding.
it's tough. And you know it's gonna be on replay after. You're like,
yes. It's
Yeah.
it's such a like ego booster when our replay person chooses your shot to replay. It makes you feel really good. Like, oh, I got a good shot.
and then they like extra like rub it in, and they like put it in slow motion and like reverse.
So good.
and-
So good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so rewarding, especially on the field cam. Like when I get those really good, like long shots and they catch it right in front of me and I actually like get the shot, it's really awesome.
Or just like any celly, honestly. Just
Yeah.
like anytime like players are showing emotion, it's just so cool.
Yes.
But-
I love that answer.
Or like
that was so good.
if people like spin move like or a crazy juke, that's
Yes.
always cool too.
What would you guys say is the most challenging part?
Like shot wise, I think just like those passes, like passing shots where like you lose the ball. But
Yeah.
I think I'll get better at that with experience. So
Yeah.
you know, we already were getting better about that. So
Right.
you know, but also I think just like I don't know, just like standing there for a long time.
I'd say the hardest part is tracking the ball when you're really zoomed in close and they do like a massive throw. You got to decide if you want to track the ball as it goes up into the air, if you want to just go straight along parallel with the field and try to predict who the catcher is going to be. So you kind of have some trade-offs to go there. And then also, again, the physical aspect, just standing the whole time and not being able to go to the bathroom or eat anything or finding room to get a proper like drink of water, and that's kind of difficult. But I feel like
I mean,
you can prepare ahead of time.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
prepare ahead of time and we get breaks like during halftime and
Yeah.
like the rest of the crew make sure that we like are like resting
Yeah.
and stuff. I do think the field cam is hard because you have to be holding that up like with your arms, but also like that's just a part of the job. Like it's not unbearable, and I would say it's definitely worth it. But since the game is pretty long, like the games are like 2.5 hours, how do you guys stay focused during the games? Because you have to be locked in on like every play.
I don't know. I think just I don't know. Like I was just making a very conscious effort of like seeing like the field and making sure to like look up and like not just stare at the display screen and like to
that's a good
see
point.
like the entire field.
Yeah, I think the tally lights almost help that because you don't. Before you had to be like locked in 24/7 because you don't really know if you're live that much or there's some uncertainty around it. But now you can kind of lay back a tiny bit if you're not being even considered for a shot, but still be getting good footage. So that definitely helps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer. No, that's good. Where do you guys like see this going in the future for you personally? Like broadcasting in general?
Oh, for me personally, I don't know, but I think I want to do something like related in a media field, possibly graphic design, but I'm unsure. So I think this is just a good way to get more involved and explore what I want to do in the future.
I don't think I'm going to pursue broadcasting as a long-term thing, but it definitely does help. I think I do want to pursue some kind of technical field, maybe some kind of electronic technology stuff. And I think understanding kind of how a camera works, like what the iris does and shutter speed and difference between different kinds of shutters will help that.
How would you like recommend this to other students who are interested?
How or like would I?
Yeah, like would you? And
Oh.
like how would you describe it to them?
Absolutely. This is a fantastic opportunity to really get involved with the broadcast. You get the best seat in the house for most games, and you get paid for it, which is also pretty cool. You really get to see the inner workings behind a broadcast, and you get really valuable experience that you probably won't have the opportunity to do later in life, or it might be harder to get into.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think, oh no, like what's the worst that can happen? Like, oh no, I get some credits, or like take the class first, of course. But
Yeah, I know. Like
Like, you'll have
there's
fun.
no downside to it.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
It's really just fun.
And even if you don't enjoy it, like you're still getting paid. So like
yeah, and you get to meet cool people.
Exactly.
And you get to do cool stuff. So, what advice would you give to people who are trying to get better at camera specifically?
I think just get experience. Like just do it as much as you can, and you'll improve over that. Like,
Yeah.
If you don't have tally lights, convince whoever you have to get tally lights.
You really love the tally lights. Okay.
tally lights have been life changing for him.
Okay. If you don't get anything else from this podcast, get tally lights. Yeah, I would say like being gentle with your camera movements, like just everything you do it slowly.
Smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
And also communicate with your switcher for
Yes.
feedback, because
Yes.
they'll see what it is overall, and they'll see what like needs to be done or should be done,
Yes.
like for
And
shots.
it's hard to like have a switcher that doesn't communicate, because then you don't know what like they want
Yeah.
from you.
Or
So
like
it's
what's
good
going
to
on.
if it's good to have communication.
I think that, don't quote me on this, might be even more important than tally lights. But don't tell them. Don't tell them I said
Whoa.
that.
Okay.
Whoa.
So if
that means
Lucas
it's
thinks
really
that
important.
Okay.
Really important then.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. I know this is such a broad question, but like, what do you love the most about doing this?
Honestly, I think just like the sense of community. Like, I don't know. I haven't been here a whole lot, as has been elaborated upon quite a bit this podcast.
You're
but-
still very essential to our team. Paige.
Thank you.
Do
Thank
not
you.
discredit yourself.
Yeah, but I just like, because we see each other so much. Like, even though it's like not that much, like just the meetings and like, then like, and you also have to like be able to work together really well. And I think that's a really cool environment to be a part of.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Pre-game, just chatting on the bleachers, and when we go to Wendy's after, that's like really fun. So again, the sense of community, and also just like being up there, being able to see everything from above. I don't know. It's just kind of cool to see like what the student section is doing, and like stuff you just normally wouldn't notice. And definitely the cameras are really cool because you can just zoom in all the way across the field. See this like kid playing on their iPad like Candy Crush, and you're like, wow, I didn't know they were like introducing Candy Crush that young. That's that is definitely something.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mic'd Up, the broadcast booth. Special thanks to the guests on this episode, Paige and Lucas. Make sure to listen to the next episode where I'll be joined by our announcers, Cole Woodard and Ian Lehrman, and Henry Goots and Trace Hand, who are the voices that bring our broadcasts to life. Thanks for listening, and go SaberCats!